Happening today, opening statements in the murder trial of a former Ohio sheriff's deputy who killed a black man outside his grandmother's home. Jason Meade shot and killed 23-year-old Casey Goodson Jr. in December of 2020 in Columbus. Meade faces 2 counts of murder and 1 count of reckless homicide. Jury selection began last week with prospective jurors answering dozens of questions. And our criminal defense attorney and former prosecutor Bernarda Villalona has been following it for us. So Bernarda, unlike most murder trials, the question the jury must answer is not whether Meade killed Goodson, but rather jurors must determine whether Meade was justified when he shot Goodson 6 times. I mean, 5 of those bullets to the back. So let's just talk about the arguments that we're going to see play out on both sides here.
Yes, this is going to be a very difficult case for the jury to decide. And ultimately, because there is no video, there is no body-worn camera. So we're going to be left, those jurors are going to be left with having to decide and make a decision on the words of this former sheriff deputy. Can he be believed? The ultimate question is going to be is that whether this sheriff deputy had observed Mr. Goodson with a firearm in his hand and pointing it at him, leading him to believe that he was an imminent threat of deadly physical force or serious bodily injury.
So when it comes to the evidence that will be presented, what will you be looking for?
Well, in a case like this, because there's no video and there's no body-worn camera, there's no choice but for this former sheriff deputy to have to testify, because he's going to have to put evidence before this jury, credible evidence, for them to decide that he was reasonable in his decision to actually fire his firearm. Because unfortunately, without anything else, because there are no eyewitnesses, there's ear witnesses, but you can't be too reliable on that because you don't know the distances of where they were at. So this jury has a tough task in front of them.
So when it comes to key testimony, who can we expect to hear from, both from the defense and the prosecution here?
Well, from the prosecutor, you're definitely going to hear from the medical examiner. The medical examiner is going to provide key evidence in this case, and that being that this man was shot in the back, 5 times in the back and 1 time in the buttocks. What does that lead you to believe? That this person, his back was to the face of this former sheriff deputy. So if that is the case, then it wouldn't have been reasonable for him to believe that he was in fear of imminent death or serious bodily injury. And of course, you're going to hear from the defendant in this case, because only he can put forth in front of this jury why he took the necessary actions that he did and that it was reasonable in his mind. But ultimately, I don't think that he'll be able to prove that.
Bernarda, great to see you. Thanks so much.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.